Welcome everyone to another episode of the Pearce Brothers. I'm Joe, and today we're going to be taking a look at the FN545 45 ACP. So this is a striker fired 45 ACP caliber gun from FN. It's similar to their, what do they call it? Their FNX45, except this one is a striker gun, whereas the FNX is a hammer gun. So single action only gun. You have, this is the tactical version. So you've got suppressor height night sights with a blacked out rear and a white dot front sight. You have a threaded barrel. It is optics cut. The optics plate itself has nice high-rise protectors that cover that rear sight for you. But we have a EOTech E-Flex mounted on there currently. Cool feature about this gun is that it is fully ambidextrous straight from the factory. It has an ambidextrous magazine release and slide release. So you don't have to be swapping your mag release around if you're a lefty. You can shoot it either way. And if you watch our zombie shoot where we did one-handed handgun, I used this gun and I was able to use both hands one-handed without having to worry about changing how you're controlling. It's just the same either direction. So it ships with two magazines, one standard flush magazine, and then these extended magazines. So far we've got over 1,000 rounds now through this gun. I had about 800 rounds of some remanufactured ammo from a company I'd gotten cheap, and we had issues with that ammo in a few of my other guns with light primer strikes. I shot it in my Smith & Wesson Model 22 45 ACP revolver, had some light primer strikes. We shot it in a Smith & Wesson 1917 light primer strikes, and I also shot it in my Colt M45A1 1911 and had light primer strikes. So I thought, well, let's use it up in this FN545. So I shot all 800 of those rounds and only had one issue with a bullet that wasn't crimped properly. So as it went into the feed ramp, that bullet got stuck. But that was the only issue out of those 800. And since then, we put some Federal and Winchester 230 grain ball nose through it, and flawless. So this gun functioned with ammo that some of my other ultra reliable guns couldn't handle. So reliability, I give this thing a 10 out of 10. It's been ultra accurate, reliable. So with that note though, we're gonna move into an accuracy test now with some hollow point ammo, because we've only tested one kind of hollow point so far. So we're gonna do two different hollow points, two different targets for accuracy, and let's move into doing that. All right, so for accuracy, we're gonna do one mag of each of these hollow points. I've got some Nosler 45 ACP 185 grain jacketed hollow points. We're gonna do 18 rounds of the Lord's caliber in each of these accuracy tests. The other one we'll test is this Remington 185 grain jacketed hollow point as well. And like I said, we'll do 18 rounds of each and see how the accuracy is. All right, so these are our two hollow points here we're testing. So we're gonna do Nosler into the right target. We're at 10 yards, so 30 feet. Nosler into the right and Remington into the left. 18 rounds of the Lord's caliber. All right, let's do the Remington now. 18 rounds of the Remington 185 grain. right, let's go see how we did. All right, so as you can see here, we've got the Remington on the left here and Nosler on the right. Both did pretty dang good. I did pull one here on the Nosler. That was definitely my bad. So as you can see though, point of impact was slightly different for each load. So on that note, make sure that your optic or sights are zeroed to what ammo you were using, because point of impact will change slightly. A couple of features on this gun though that I didn't mention, but accuracy really good. That was 30 feet. I think as a home defense gun or a personal defense weapon, this would meet the bill, especially being rounds of, like I said, the Lord's caliber. So, but a couple of features here I wanted to touch on real quick is the texturing on the grip is nice and aggressive. It's not too smooth. The texture, as you can see, is different from the front and back strap to the side, but those front and back straps are angled enough that your grip on there, you get a real nice locked in tight grip. You do have a rail to add a light if you need it, but overall this is probably my favorite non-1911 45 ACP. So 1911s are obviously great, but they're limited by their magazines. So if you get the old FN545, low maintenance capacity and great functional gun for the money. So thank you for watching this episode of the Pearce Brothers, and we'll see you next time.